You know, since last year, I've been hearing about this and how the Munch boxes are really good value. So we thought I'd call in here and go for the fish box. Let's check it out. So I'm Steve, and this is the Chippy Tour. I review incognito, so no special treatment, no free meals for reviews, and I don't charge for reviews. It's all about supporting and promoting our fish and chip shops nationwide. And supporting me on this mission is SwiftOrder, with smart online menus and zero marketplace commissions. Simple to use, full control, and no tech hassles. Just more orders and more time for what matters. Click the link above here and learn more about SwiftOrder. We've been told that this is the way to go here at this Chippy. Best value for money, they say. All these boxes that they do in there. And I've seen these in other places too, where they offer you a meal like in a box and they'll put all kinds of things in there. But I wanted fish and chips, some mushy peas and whatever else, and let's see what we've got. And the price for that was £17 for this box of goodies. That's some weight. And £1 for a spam fritter. So straight away we're talking great value. But let's see what the food's like, eh? I've not had a peep yet. Could be anything in here. Anything. Oh, look at that lot. Well, that is an absolute mountain of food. We've got onion rings. No doubt they're the frozen ones, but hey, they're all right. They are what they are, but look at this. There's 2 fish. We've got a curry sauce. We've got a gravy, I think, there. We've got 2 snaggers and these onion rings. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 8 there. Whether you get 8 every time, I don't know. Or it's just a serving. And we've got mushy peas. All this in here for 17 quid. And look at this fish. 2 of these, and that batter looks absolutely fabulous. Let's have a look at this other one over here. Look at that. Oh, don't forget the snaggers. All them sauces and mushy peas. Let's cut this fish down the middle here, because I'm going to plate up some food for my good wife. How good does that look?
Thought you were plating up food for your good wife.
Right, okay. There's a nice little meal for my wife, and there's plenty for 2. And that cod is delicious. This is good. When it gets stuck to the paper, I'm there to the rescue. You know what? Parking space round the side here. I'm in front of a gate that says please keep clear of the gates. But looking inside it, there's nothing inside it. And I can soon just pick up the stool and the camera and just move out of the way. Not a problem. Let's have a go at this snagger. Plenty of flavour. Yeah, nice. Let's have a look at this spam fritter. Okay, now spam fritters are notoriously greasy. There's that much grease in the spam that it oozes through into the batter. Can't be helped with the spam. Now you can try to cook it separately and try to, on a slow cook, and maybe try to drain some of that fat and oil before battering it. Or you can just give it a light cook before battering it. But sometimes I find the best results are when they're straight out of the tin, battered and put in, and they're just enough. Not too long in the fat, so a nice thin batter ideally, and a quick cook on the spam. The fat doesn't have a chance to leach out of the spam into the batter. That's a good spam fritter. Yeah, this is good. I'm loving this. There's a curry. This is becoming more and more popular, to have all these little bits in, little bits of onion and little bits of this, that and the other in the curries. I'll eat it, it's still okay. But I prefer it smooth, with nothing at all in it. Very fruity, nice little kick, great flavour. If I want a smooth one, I'll say Chinese. because more often than not, the Chinese one is just smooth. Well, that's not, that is nice. You try a bit of this fish in it. That batter is super. That has surprised me, that. It's particularly nice. I like an Irish curry too. I mean, if it's to sort of split the difference between an English, a fruity, and a Chinese, I'd go for an Irish. I do like an Irish curry. Let's have a look at this gravy. Nice and thick, without being too gelatinous. To do with being slightly beefier, but I can understand that might put a lot of youngsters off. So it's sort of a balance there. Let's try it with this spam. Well, that went well. What about an onion ring? I'm really enjoying this. Can't wait to turn the camera off. Like Cookie Monster, once I switch that off. The mushy peas. You know I like my mushy peas. Nice and thick, look at that. Lovely colour. And the peel test. There's a lot of peas in there that are very firm. Which only makes me think that they do this in-house. It is lovely. Let's try it with a chip or two. All these chips, £17. I really like the chips. All sorts of different things going on. Right, okay, back to the computer. We'll have a look at a few reviews. A low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and mine. See you there. Let's have a look at some of these reviews. 1 star. Quite possibly the worst food ever purchased. I arrived shortly after opening and can only assume that I was given reheated lunch service leftovers. Chips soggy, fish was overcooked, and as for the chicken, response from the owner. Could you please send us a message to clarify what day you came in? I can assure you that we do not, emphasized, reheat lunch leftovers. Please give us a call or message and we will sort this out for you. 3 star. Not one to normally leave reviews, as I don't like putting down somebody's business, but the chips were drenched in oil, like they hadn't been drained, scooped out the soggy chips and was left with a pool of brown oil at the bottom of the tray. Edible, but probably because I was hungry. 5 star. Not many good traditional chip shops around. Most taste like frozen chips. Been this chippy a couple of times now, the chips are bang on, and the steak pie, one of the best I've had in a while. We'll be revisiting this chip shop. Mine. 5 star. Reviewing on behalf of the Chippy Tour, Church Street Chippy had been recommended to me several times, so it was time for a visit. Approaching the shop, it was clear to see it's very popular, with people queuing both inside and out. The shop was spotlessly clean and tidy, and the staff were friendly and polite. Noticing the food boxes, aka Munch boxes, I opted for the fish box and a separate battered spam fritter. The fish box proved to be an incredible value, offering 2 good-sized, tasty and fresh pieces of cod in light, crispy and flavourful batter. There was a mountain of chips, which were a little skinny, but with great flavour. The 2 small sausages, now you'll have heard me refer to them as snaggers in the video, because those small sausages, I was brought up in Australia, we always used to call them snaggers. It was one of them things. Here in the UK, you get the big fat pork ones. You get all kinds of sausages, but for the big fat pork ones, they're normally called bangers. So you'll get bangers and mash. The 2 small sausages were fairly typical, but full of flavour, and the inclusion of breaded onion rings was a nice touch. The sweet English curry sauce had a pleasant consistency and a slight kick, while the gravy was dark, thick, and carried a subtle, beefy taste. The mushy peas were dense, with some slightly firm peas in there, and little in the way of seasoning, which is a good thing. Spam fritters are notoriously challenging to get right, due to their high fat content, but it was done perfectly here. Overall, it's easy to see why this chippy is so popular within the community. Cooking in oil, payment cash or card, hygiene rating 4, fish reviewed, cod. See you on the next one.